What's going on, everybody? Thank you for clicking. Really appreciate it. I was thinking about something. With all these talks about food stamps being potentially frozen for November, I said to myself, people are talking about it like this is some form of like racist thing and stuff like that, and that so many people of color, will lose out on food stamps, can't feed their kids, can't feed themselves, and all that stuff. And I thought, what if it really is? What if it really is some hidden agenda of racism and stuff like that to cause people to lose out on food? If it is, you have to think about how the amount of billions of dollars, possibly trillions of dollars, that can be lost because of this. And I said to myself, America or Americans lose out on trillions because of their hidden bigotry. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm not saying that everybody is a bigot and stuff like that. We all may have things or look at people and say, But I'm talking about if you truly hate someone. You hate someone based off the color of their skin, based off of where they come from, or maybe they're immigrant or whatever. The amount of lost productivity, the amount of lost funds, money, dineros, anything that you want to call it, is huge. Look at what's going on with the farmers right now. Because of the immigration policies and because of tariffs, you have a lot of farmers not being able to find workers, and you have it where they're not selling their products to other countries when those countries used to buy those products before. We have to really ask ourselves, is it worth it? Is it worth it? This government shutdown right now can be a cause of a recession if they don't get it together. All right? The House Speaker saying that the House is on recess. They're blaming the Democrats blaming the Republicans. We have to be serious out here and have to ask ourselves, what is really going on? What is the reason for all this? Now, I don't think that it's racism. I don't. Okay, I feel that it's something deeper. All right, it's class warfare. All right, because they know that with food stamps, people rely on it, and they don't really want you to rely on it anymore. They want you to go to work, and they want you to work for less so that they can be able to make more money. But we have to ask ourselves, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm a type of person that I feel, hey, if a person want to be on food stamps and be lazy and don't want to work, let them. Let them. Especially if they got kids. Hey, kids need to eat. All right? Kids need to eat because these school lunches, they're not as good as they should be. I mean, when I was a kid, it wasn't the best, but they were way more, they were way better than what it is now. And it's crazy. It's crazy. So I don't think that this should be something where people should have that taken away. I feel that the government should come to a conclusion. To the Democrats who are holding off this, and some of them are saying, some of the Republicans are saying that the Democrats are holding off because of funding for illegals to have health care. That is complete and utter bullshit. If you understand what it really is, what they're holding out on, what they're saying they're holding out on, is the fact that the Republicans want to have a clean bill without making sure that the Affordable Care Act, funding for the Affordable Care Act is there, and they want to make sure that they fund the emergency room Medicaid funding so that hospitals, rural hospitals, private hospitals can get funding if a person come into the emergency room looking for care. Because prior to 1986, and who was president in 1986? Ronald Reagan. Conservatives, get their panties wet over him. He signed that bill to make sure that hospitals get paid if anybody comes into the emergency room. Because at one time, Back then, it used to be that hospitals were not paid. The only hospitals that were paid were public hospitals. So a person would come into a private hospital, come into the emergency room, and the people would go ahead and put that person on the ambulance and send them to a public hospital. So that changed a whole heap of things. But we have to focus. We have to focus and say, hey, listen, is this something that we are seeing a hidden trend in, where they're trying to paint a picture of black people, mainly black people on food stamps and stuff like that, or Latinos or whatever? Are they trying to paint that, or are they trying? Is it a bigger thing that that they're doing? And I personally feel that it's not racism. All right, it is something that these conservatives want to cut so that they can fund the bill that they passed over the summer, where trillions of dollars is going to be going in tax breaks, going to be going to the wealthiest of Americans, or the wealthiest citizens of the world, and the regular folks get nothing. So we have to be real serious. We have to ask ourselves what's going on. We have to fight. And I'm not talking about going around murking people. I'm not talking about that. What I am saying is we have to make sure that we do what needs to be done, because it's going to be scary. It's going to be very scary out here, where a lot of people are going to be wondering where their next meal is going to come from. People are going to see their kids hungry, and people are going to think that, well, you know what? Maybe I'll take that chance and I'll steal something. And you should not do that. You should make sure that you're doing what you got to do, you're making your moves, and try to make it. Try to go to food pantries, food banks, churches if they're donating food and stuff like that. Do not, I repeat, do not go that level of stealing, because I wouldn't want to hear that you lost your freedom over something that was out of your control. Food stamps is very important. They are very important, but for so many Americans. And I don't want to see that this is a bad situation. This is already a bad situation in America. It already is. There's so many people that's on food stamps. But I don't want to see a bad situation turn worse. So please, let's just figure it out, right? If these people they in politics, Mike Johnson, whatever, he's the speaker, figure it out. Hakeem Jeffries, he's the minority speaker for the Democrats, figure it out. Senators, U.S. senators, figure it out. Don't allow Americans to have to go and make bad choices, because y'all politicians who are getting paid in this government shutdown, who are still getting paid. Don't get me started on the government workers who are not getting paid. But you have these politicians who are getting paid, and they are not willing to do anything. Don't let it happen. Well, my brothers and sisters, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know your time is valuable, but you spent it with me. Thank you for spending this last 9 minutes with me. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please like the video, make some comments, and subscribe to this channel. All that good stuff will help as I continue to grow on this YouTube platform. Thank you for watching. Be safe. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Peace.